Okay, I'm back. So, while I was in the hospital, the very last day I was there, they did a test that's called a gastric emptying test. They had me eat radioactive eggs and a bite off of a piece of toast because I had not eaten bread since I had the surgery done. And they kept telling me I needed to eat the bread, and I was like, no. So I took a bite just to get them to hush. That test, when I got the results of it, the doctor said it was very, very bad. A normal stomach at the end of 3 hours will only hold 30% of what was originally put in it. That's a normal sized stomach. My stomach at the end of 3 hours was still holding 68% of what had been put in it. Dr. Wu, who is apparently world renowned, I don't know, I'd never heard of him, but he was the specialist that they called in. He said that considering the size of my stomach is only that big, I just got the text from Earth to Erin. Hi Erin, I'm going to text you back here in a minute. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh, he said with my stomach only being the size of an egg, that it should have been completely empty at the end of 3 hours, and it still hit 68%, which tells him that anything that was making its way out of my stomach was only doing it because of gravity or vomiting. My stomach is completely useless on its own. It doesn't contract like it's supposed to get the food through. The diagnosis is gastroparesis, which I'll put the spelling in the sidebar for anyone who wants to look it up. It's a delayed emptying of the stomach. And apparently I have chronic gastroparesis to the point where my stomach just doesn't empty on its own. They talked about putting a feeding tube in all the way to my intestines and just bypassing my stomach completely. Dr. Wu preferred the idea of, or they talked about going in and revising my surgery. Dr. Wu said that that would make it worse. My understanding is apparently I had gastroparesis before I ever had the surgery. I just didn't have it to the extent that I have it now. And it could have been caught, but they didn't run the gastric emptying test before I had the surgery. So they didn't know it was there. Had no way of knowing without that test. And now, since I already had that and they cut on my stomach, it just doesn't work. Period. He said that he's glad that he got called in when he did because I would have died. Which is scary, you know. But there is hope. I don't have it in here with me. I meant to bring my medicine in here with me and show you these little bitty pills. Dr. Wu suggested that I take an experimental medicine that is not FDA approved in the United States yet, but they're having success with it in Europe and in Canada. It's called domperidone, and little bitty pills, highly expensive, little bitty pills. But I stopped puking the day after I got them, and I've not thrown up since. I've gotten a little queasy, but I've not thrown up since. And I'm almost on the maximum dose that I can take. But it's finally making my stomach work, and I may end up having to take the maximum dose. I'm not sure. When I left from the hospital, to give you an idea of the condition that I was in, my muscles had atrophied. I had double vision for about 3 weeks. I had severe vitamin deficiencies, which my surgeon told me is what normally kills people once they've made it through the surgery and they're in the losing part. It's the vitamin deficiencies that kill people because they'll ignore them, the symptoms of them. I had to use a walker to get up and walk from the bedroom to the bathroom. And I had to use a wheelchair anytime that I had to go anywhere else because I couldn't walk that far. I didn't have the strength to walk that far. They told me that even though I was taking the domperidone, if I didn't start eating and holding my food down on my own, that they would place a feeding tube before Christmas. My birthday present from God? No feeding tube for Christmas. The domperidone does seem to be working. I've still got a couple of weeks left before he said that I should see any of the side effects. Side effects for women are normally breast tenderness and producing breast milk. I'm hoping that I don't produce breast milk. You know, I'm really praying for that. But my question to you all is, if I do produce breast milk, does that mean I'll get my boobs back? Just a question. Anyway, I have made a regular update today too. Be sure to watch that. It's got all of my weight and how I'm currently doing in it, and what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do and all that stuff. But that's where I've been. I'm sorry I was gone for so long, and hopefully it won't be that long again, ever. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.